Alright. Hey everybody, it's been a really long time since I've done a video. So I just wanted to come and do an update on some things that I've sold over the last couple of months. I've picked them out for different reasons. Some of them sold for a lot, some of them were interesting items. So just wanted to catch up on some stuff. It's been a while. So we'll go ahead and start. This is sold this on Amazon. It's a Taibo workout set. The reason I put it on here is it's actually a VHS. It's a set of four. It was sealed. It was new. I think I paid like a buck for it. Sold it for $23. So I put it on here because it's a VHS, and I put it on here because I actually had to ship a bunch of stuff back from Amazon because they were charging a lot of money to up their storage fees. So I brought a bunch of stuff back. This was one of them, and I brought it back. It had sit, I don't know, 6 months or so, and I brought it back and sold it for $24. So kind of cool. So we'll keep moving on. This is a Tinker Toy Jumbo set. Bought that at a Goodwill. It wasn't even complete. That was the interesting part about this. I think I paid $4 for it, and I sold it for 65, as you can see. Pretty cool considering it was not even complete. So keep an eye out for those Tinker Toys. I'd never seen any before. I knew they were valuable. I scanned it. It was pretty cool. So um, this is just a book on Amazon. Like I said, they were up in fees for a lot of stuff, so I went ahead and I dropped prices on a bunch of books that I had online, and I brought a bunch back, and I've been listing a lot at home that I ship out myself. And my sales for January actually were really high on Amazon because I did that. So getting, oops, sorry, getting a lot more selective on what I send in to Amazon, and this was one that ended up selling that was already there. This I put on here. This is a Caribou, Cranium Caribou. It's a board game that sells extremely well and usually very quickly. I picked this one up at a Goodwill. I think I paid $2 for it. Most of the Cranium games are terrible. This one happens to not be terrible. This is like the only one that's worth picking up. Um, every time I see it, I do, and usually get between 35 and 50 bucks for them. So it was pretty exciting. Um, it's a quick flip. It's easy to sell, and they sell for a lot more on Amazon than they do on eBay. And I'm not unlocked in very many categories on Amazon. Obviously, books and games like toys are the areas that I am unlocked, and um, I can't sell shoes and kind of some other things that would be really nice to be able to sell on there, but um, you do what you can. And these ones are games I look for all the time. I've been doing a lot more with games. Shout out to Ryan, brother-in-law. He does this as well, and he does a lot with games. And I used to kind of ho hum around with them, but he motivated me to do a little bit more with them, and I've done a lot better. So, all right, we'll get into some eBay sales here. Just picked them out for different reasons. This is a pair of men's Addiction Walker walking shoes. I think I got $38 for these, plus shipping. These shoes, the Brooks Walkers, always do well. I think I picked these up at the outlet. I probably paid $3 for them. And they're kind of ugly looking, but I think that's why they kind of go unnoticed. A lot of people don't pay attention to them, like at the bins. And I picked these up, and they sold pretty quick. I think within a month or so. Okay. All right, guys. This was one of my favorite sales. From I actually sold this. All right, so here's the story. I went to a Salvation Army that I like never go to. I went to it on a half off day, and I went by this hoodie once, and I was like, man, that looks interesting, but it's kind of weird. I'm not sure. So I rounded the corner, and I was typing it on my phone, and was looking through some other stuff, and some comps popped up, and they were really high. I was like, oh my goodness. So I ran back. Um, I ran back and I grabbed it, and I listed it. I think I may have listed it even that evening at $100, 99.99, and it sold within like 6 hours. Um, so pretty awesome. You know, I love when I can flip stuff that quickly, that efficiently, and for that much money. So super rare item, very cool, and it was pretty exciting to sell it for that much that fast. So pretty neat. This is a suit jacket that I had sold. I've been trying to get into suit jackets, sport coats, suits, that kind of stuff. You'll see there's a few more on here that I wanted to show you guys, but this is the most I've ever sold one for. I think this sold for $105, and it sold within 2 days. I think I paid $3 for it. It's pretty cool. It's an old vintage um, Harris tweed suit, but the company is what made it the J Press. It's a rather, I guess it's a rare older brand, and was really happy with that. Like I said, picked it up at a Goodwill for like $3 or $4, and it sold very quickly. Um, this is a backpack, a Polo Sport, like hiking, backpacking backpack. I picked this up at the outlet for 50 cents. Um, it sold full asking price. It took about a month to sell, but I don't mind that. That's not too terrible. Um, and for some reason at the bins, at the ones that I go to, or the one that I go to, backpacks and like sports related things don't always get picked up by other people. There's people that go through the purses and they're just insane. I don't know, that's all they come for, and they obviously do pretty well. But I kind of pick through it after them, and I grab out backpacks and hats and things. And obviously, this one I made a great profit on, and I've sold some other cool like vintage Adidas duffel bags and stuff, but this one was one of the better ones. This is a genuine HP printer cartridge that was still new in the box. I think I paid like $9 for it. I've been sitting on this for a long time, actually, almost a year. I sent it into Amazon. They sent it back because I wasn't qualified under HP to sell HP stuff, so they sent it back, and I lost it for a while, and I found it again, and I listed it, and it sold for, I think it sold for about that, maybe $60. But again, not a bad flip, but it took a while to sell. But ink, that's why I have this up here. Ink in general sells very well, quickly. Even little ink, you know, sell it for $5, $10, even upwards of 20 to 30, and I can usually get them for $2 to $3. All right, this is a pair of Chaco sports sandals made in the USA. I find these all the times at the bins. I think I pay $2 a piece for them or less. Sell them at least for $30 every time, and it's all day. I do that all day. Um, Chacos are really nice. It's easy money every time. This was a little. I actually thought this was kind of funny. It's a little stuffed car. It's like a little pillow stuffed car, and it's from the 1986, and it's a Mercedes-Benz convertible. I picked it up for $1 at the thrift store just on a whim. Thought it looked kind of fun, and I think it sold for full asking price, and it shipped to somewhere overseas. It was kind of fun. All right, this is on here to tell you about my. Well, obviously it sold for $90. I think I paid $7 for it, so that was a good flip. It was a reversible Tommy Hilfiger down puffer coat. Pretty cool. I sat on it for about a month, but it sold for full asking price, so that was pretty cool. But I had it on here because the place that I got this from, we'll see another item that I got from there, but it's this little hole in the wall thrift store. The lady like buys storage units, and she opened a thrift store to sell all the stuff she buys out of storage units. And I buy stuff like jackets from there all the time, um, and make a lot of money selling them. I haven't sold a ton. I don't buy a ton from there. Um, She doesn't replace her inventory all that often, but when I do, I sell them for a lot. So this one is one of them, and we'll get to another one in a little bit. This is a Bloomingdale's made in Italy wool overcoat jacket. I think I paid almost 10 bucks for this, but sold for 80. Again, getting into the suit jacket kind of game, and this one sold for 80. Pretty happy with that. This is a Ralph Lauren three-piece charcoal suit. Again, I think I probably paid $5 for this. I didn't even realize it was a three-piece suit till I got it home. And three-piece suits are always better. And I think I got full price. No, I didn't. I think I got 55 for it, but still pretty good. These are a pair of Wolverine boots. Picked these up at the outlet. Probably paid $4 for them. Sold them for $100. I mean, they were even marked up. Like they had nicks on them and stuff. And this Wolverine 1000 Mile. Those are really good boots, and it sold quickly. Alright, this is another one of those, another thing that I got from the lady at that hole-in-the-wall thrift store that does the storage unit stuff. This is a Polo Sport Ralph Lauren puffer vest. Sold it for $100. I've been wanting to, I always look for polo stuff. People will sell polo things for a lot of money, and some of this stuff is really, really cool, and was really excited when I saw this at the store, and snagged it up. I think I paid $6 or $7 for it. So pretty awesome on that. This I put in there. This is a Arnold Schwarzenegger from the Arnold Classic. It's a bedazzled jacket. I've had this for like almost 2 years, I think. I bought it in Columbus at a Ohio thrift, and I just thought it was fun. I actually shipped it overseas. I think I did sell it for $100 eventually. I paid probably $6 or $7 for it. Alright guys, this is a GE voice activated cassette recorder. Sold that full price, $60. I paid $6 for it. I put this in here because the automated voice recording cassettes, any of that kind of stuff that's still sealed, are very, very popular. Now, I wish I was able to sell this on Amazon, but I wasn't because I was not unlocked in the category. Probably could have got more like 80, 85 for it, but I'm not going to shake a stick at $60. So, pretty excited about that. But yeah, keep your eye out for that kind of stuff. The voice recorded. Sony makes one as well that's really, really popular. It's a lot skinnier and smaller, and those sell really well. Alright guys, last one here. This is a Andrew Fezza size 60 suit jacket. It's like a suede kind of material. It was really soft. Got $60 for it. I probably paid $3 or $4 for it. It's really big, as you can see. But the reason I included this in here is to talk about large size suit jackets. I've been selling a lot more suit jackets. I probably average one a week with a profit of $40 each. So, really, really been happy. I can get a suit jacket for between no more than $5 ever. And, been making a really nice profit on those. But the reason I put this in here is suit jackets that are large, like size 58, 60, 62, those sell very fast and for a lot of money. I usually get at least $50 to $80 for those, and it's just the suit jacket alone is going for that much. So that's another all day. I'll do that all day. So suit jackets, man, look it up. Your local thrift store, check them out. I mean, they're usually an item that's not picked through very much, and can sell for a lot of money. So, alright guys, it's been a while. Thanks. Hope you enjoyed the video. Give me a shout out. Ask me any questions you need. Thanks. Scratch and Thrift out.